Well, a normal day at Kuwait International Airport reportedly turned into a moment of panic after a sudden explosion disrupted operation at one of the Gulf's busiest aviation hubs. Passengers were checking in for flights and airport staff they were carrying out their usual duties when a powerful blast was heard across the airport complex. Witnesses described confusion and fear inside the terminal as alarms began ringing and security teams quickly moved people from the affected areas. Well, according to the early reports, the explosion was linked to the drone strike that hit part of the airport area. Thick black smoke was seen rising from the site shortly after the blast, prompting urgency to be activated. Well, authorities rushed firefighters, medical teams, security personnel to the scene. In the meantime, it was later confirmed that several airport employees they were injured during this whole incident, though the main passenger terminal it reportedly suffered very limited damage. In the meantime, ambulances transferred the injured for the treatment and the entire area was sealed. And yes, how can we forget at the very same time, reports emerged of additional strike on the other parts of the country as well. Ballistic missiles were said to have targeted Ali Al Salim Air Base, a major military installation located north of the capital. Well, the base, it plays a very important role in a lot of missions of the Allies. According to the information, several individuals at the base, they were also injured in the attack. Emergency responders, they were deployed to the location while military authorities, they began assessing the damage and the increasing of the security. The timing of these incidents, they are particularly significant because the Gulf, that is already burning. The situation has been escalating following recent military exchanges involving Iran, the US, and Israel. Well, a series of strike and counter strikes across the Middle East have raised fear that this whole conflict could really expand beyond its initial front and begin affecting the neighboring countries across the Gulf. Then, in response to the incident, Kuwait has moved quickly to strengthen its security across critical infrastructure. Authorities have increased patrol around airports, oil facility and military installation while placing air defense system on heightened alert. Officials say that these steps are intended to prevent further attacks and protect the key national assets during what has become one of the most volatile period of the recent history. Well, for many residents and travelers, the events were deeply unsettling. Kuwait is generally viewed as one of the most stable countries in that particular region, and attacks targeting the major infrastructure such as an international airport, it has raised concern about how far the current crisis would really spread. Well, as investigation continue and security remains tight, officials and observers across the Gulf are watching closely all the developments, aware that further escalation could have serious consequences for the entire region.